Greetings, true believers. Joe Pal Spider-Man. Good morning, Cadre. It's KJ. So, as most of you guys know, I'm participating in Movember or No Shave November. So I thought I would talk a little bit today about why we do that. Most everybody knows that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Most famously from the Susan G. Komen Foundation, which was formed in 1982. But for the longest time, there was no national recognition of anything for men's health. So in 2004, Movember Foundation actually started up a larger Movember movement, which I'm sure its origins go back further than that, but that's when the foundation was actually formed and became more nationwide publicity about it and became more known. So No Shave November is obviously stop shaving and let your beard grow out. Movember kind of formed as just growing out your mustache, Movember, mustache November. And the reason that you're doing the no shave or the mustache is to draw awareness and let people know, remind them about men's health. Some of the things that they're specifically looking after is testicular cancer, prostate cancer, mental health issues, suicide prevention, things like that. So that's kind of something that's recently a little bit near and dear to my heart, not necessarily those specific issues, but as a lot of you know, I did recently have my thyroid removed. I did have thyroid cancer. So still recovering from that surgery. It's fairly recent. You can see my scar, which is still healing. Eventually this will be less noticeable, hopefully. But it's just a good reminder to, when you see something that's a little bit unusual, go get it checked out. I know guys in general don't like to talk about things, like to ignore things. I myself, I had a umbilical hernia that wasn't really bothering me, and so I just kind of ignored it and lived with it and had it for about a year. And then I developed a little lump in my throat, and came up on my 42nd birthday, 42, and realized that I needed to take better care of my health, and was gaining some weight, drinking a lot of craft beer, drinking a lot of carbs, whatever. I started gaining some weight, and just in general, when I turned 42, I decided to take a little bit more care of myself and pay attention to my health. So I started a diet. I've been losing weight. I've been working out. But most importantly, I went to the doctor, and I said, hey, I've got this thing on my stomach, a little bulge. What is that? I've got this lump on my throat. What is that? And so they checked me out, and eventually I had surgery on both my navel and my throat. Now they didn't know that it was cancer until they took it out, but they did the thyroidectomy, took it out and tested it, and it was cancer. So now I have no thyroid, but I also hopefully have no more cancer cells in my system. So just a good reminder to get out there, get checked, do regular testicular exams, do your regular, when you turn 50, do a colonoscopy. I myself, I've had a few issues in the past, which led me to want to start my colonoscopies early. So when I turned 40, I actually did my first colonoscopy. It was totally clear, and they said, yeah, just wait until you're 50 for your next one. But a lot of people have horror stories about colonoscopies, and I guess the prep before was worse than it is now. It's not really that bad. And you're out for the whole procedure, so you don't even notice what's going on, and it's really not that bad. So get yourself checked out. Go to the doctor regular. If you got anything unusual, please get it checked out. So that's why we do Movember. It's the 12th day after Veterans Day, so this is not quite 2 weeks of growth. since it grows in, since my hair's kind of blonde and it grows in really light, it's really hard to tell from a distance how full it's actually getting, and it's not until it becomes super full that it's really noticeable. If this was dark, it would look really good, but it just kind of looks spotty from a distance. But that's just the way my hair grows. It actually gets a little bit of a reddish tint once my beard is fully in. I grew it out a couple years ago. So I don't do a full no shave November because I cannot stand having hair growing on my neck. It gets super itchy after just a few days of growth. So I am gonna do a mini shave of the day with one of my favorite soaps, CBL soaps from Chris Lindsay in California. He makes these. This is Roasted Oatmeal Stout, which is my favorite scent by him. This is actually made with Guinness as part of the soap base, Guinness beer. So I am going to just do a mini shave for Movember. So I'll do another one of these targeted Movember videos at the end of the month and talk about or show off my month worth of beard before it gets shaved off, or most of it gets shaved off at least. I don't know, I might keep some of it, but being a traditional wet shaver, I enjoy shaving and enjoy making these videos for all you guys to check out and talking about the different products and stuff. And I don't like just shaving my neck, so eventually we'll get back to some regular shaves. Got some new razors I want to check out, but I can't do a full evaluation just shaving my neck. So today I'm going to be using my vintage Gillette Fat Boy double-edged razor, which is from 1960. This is one of my favorite razors. So I haven't decided exactly what to do for when I shave on December 1st. I'm definitely going to take down the sides. I don't know if I'm going to keep a goatee, keep a mustache, shave it all. I don't know. It really just depends on what it looks like once it gets there and gets filled in, and see how I like it. So I know my my co-workers are also doing the No Shave November, but I think a lot of them are doing it just to do something different. I think one of them is going to keep his beard all winter, so he just started and used this as the kickoff month for him to get his growth in, so it's ready for winter. One more quick touch-up pass. I kind of figured out that since I'm not shaving my neck, usually when I would shave this part, which the hairs grow like sideways on my neck, so what I was doing a modified, I wasn't going straight across, but I was kind of doing a modified, so when I came down the cheek, I was kind of angling down and actually hitting this diagonally. But since I've been shaving just my neck, I've been coming at it like straight across, and it's causing a lot of irritation right here because I'm not used to shaving that way. So I'm not gonna shave that way because it all on my neck grows all this way. So this would be completely against the grain. This would actually be with the grain. So I'm going to do just that pass for my final and go this way with all the grain, and hopefully I won't have that same irritation. All right, so good quick shave with the CBL soap. If you haven't tried CBL soaps and you're a traditional wet shaver, definitely go to cblsoap.com and check them out. He's got some of the best, slickest soap with the best post-shave feel out there. Really just amazing soaps. So clean up my neck real quick. All right, I'm gonna finish off with a little bit of witch hazel. Let's see. Got some Humphreys witch hazel. My normal container that I keep on the counter is empty, so I had to go below the cabinet for the witch hazel. And then we're going to use some Razor Rock Emperor, which is their version of Creed Aventus scent. Get some of that good scent on me. All right. So there we have it. Movember. Don't be afraid to check yourself out, look at your body, see if you got anything going on. Check for moles, any abnormal stuff on your skin. If you got moles that are growing in size or they're getting puffy, definitely go get those checked out. Just pretty much everything. Just check yourself over. Have your significant over check over areas like your back that you can't see. Look in a mirror. If you see anything abnormal, get it checked out. It's better to be safe than sorry. Like I said, this lump in my throat wasn't really bothering me. It kind of just grew overnight almost. Like I barely even noticed that it was there. For a second when I first saw it, I thought it was my Adam's apple, but I'm like, wait, my Adam's apple is a little bit higher. So what is that? And I didn't notice it growing. It wasn't getting any bigger. It wasn't bothering me. It didn't hurt. For a couple months, I just kind of looked at it and checked it out and made sure nothing was happening, but I'm like, yeah, something's just not right about it. So had it checked out. They did an ultrasound. They said, yeah, you've got a lump on both of your thyroids. Only the one side was the one that you could see. The other one was too small to see, but it was there. So they took out the one side, and while I was still under, they tested it for cancerous cells. They found them. So they said, well, since we did find cancer cells, we're going to take out the other side. So they told me they were going to do that ahead of time. They said if they didn't find cancer cells, then they would just leave the other half. And so then I would still have the benefit of having part of my thyroid because your thyroid regulates body temperature, it regulates digestion, it regulates metabolism, all sorts of things. It produces hormones that do all that. So since I don't have a thyroid anymore, I have to take a daily pill to get a synthetic version of that hormone into my body to do all those processes. So it's better to take a pill every day than to have cancer, which can spread and go other places. I've got a fellow Mason, a brother at my Masonic Lodge, who had the same thing, but he had it for a few years before he had his surgery, and he just found out that some of it has come back. It's not growing, so right now he doesn't need another surgery, but they're just maintaining an eye on it, and if anything changes, then he might have to have another surgery, because despite not having the thyroid, some of the cells had spread to like lymph nodes and things like that. So his has sort of come back. So it's always better to get this stuff checked out early, and don't put it off. Don't let it spread. Don't let it get worse. nip it in the bud before it gets any bigger. So there's my reminder to you to go get yourself checked out and go to the doctor. Don't be afraid of the doctor. Do it, at least go once a year. If there's nothing wrong with you, at least go once a year for an annual checkup. Let them test your vitals and do all the stuff that they do. It's just good. We want everybody to be around as long as possible. We don't want to lose anyone prematurely, so get yourself checked out. So there's my Movember spiel. Here's my Movember, No Shave November half beard. Not quite halfway through the month, almost 2 weeks of growth. So hopefully I'll have a much better beard, better looking beard by the end of this. And we'll get back with you. So if you're interested in this traditional shaving thing, come check us out on the Shaving Cadre forum, www.theshavingcadre.com. On the forum, I'm known as Spider, hence my Lucas the Spider shirt that I'm wearing. And we'll see you guys later. Peace out.